Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on February 3, 2026, about 5 days ago. It introduces a novel optimizer that addresses the statistical blindness of methods like Muon, successfully integrating partial second-order information to improve stability without requiring any extra memory. The paper is titled PRISM, Structured Optimization via Anisotropic Spectral Shaping. And as we'll see in the breakdown later, the resulting performance gains over standard baselines like Atom W are really promising. So, Figure 1 illustrates these gains directly by comparing training loss curves. The pink line at the top represents Atom W, which clearly lags behind the structured methods. In the middle, the brown line shows the baseline Muon optimizer. Finally, the green line tracks PRISM, which consistently achieves the lowest loss throughout the process. By 10,000 steps, PRISM reaches a final loss of roughly 3.27. Effectively outperforming Muon without showing any instability or spikes. Well, while the loss curves showed the best run, Table 1 now digs into how sensitive PRISM is to its main hyperparameter, the damping coefficient gamma. The top section lists the baselines, with Atom W ending at a loss of 3.324 and Muon at 3.285. Moving to the PRISM results below, the data shows that, except for a negligible effect at 0.1, the optimizer consistently beats the baseline across a broad range of values from 0.5 up to 10. This suggests the method is quite robust and does not require precise tuning. Alright, Figure 2 addresses a critical question. Does the improvement come from intelligent shaping or just simple regularization? Here, the authors compare PRISM against a version of Muon using standard Tikhonov damping, which applies a uniform penalty across all directions. The teal curve reveals that this Tikhonov approach actually performs worse than the baseline Muon, shown in gold. Meanwhile, PRISM, tracked in green, achieves the lowest loss. This confirms that the benefit comes from selectively suppressing noise in specific directions, rather than just applying a blanket damper. So, moving from regularization to robustness, Figure 3 tests stability under aggressive learning rates. The plot compares Muon, where gamma is 0, against PRISM, with gamma set to 2. At a learning rate of 0.05, the pink Muon line diverges dramatically around step 4,500, while the gold PRISM line stays perfectly stable. Even at a very aggressive learning rate of 0.1, where the green Muon curve crashes immediately, the teal PRISM curve survives. It does show a massive spike later on, but remarkably, it self-recovers and returns to convergence. Okay, Figure 5 visualizes the internal mechanism by plotting spectral gain against the signal-to-noise ratio. The blue dots represent Muon, clustering tightly around a gain of 1.0. This shows Muon applies the same rigid update strength everywhere, remaining blind to noise levels. In contrast, the red PRISM dots follow the theoretical pink curve perfectly. As signal quality drops, the gain decreases, which proves the optimizer actively dampens noise in high-variance subspaces while preserving strong updates where the signal is clear. Well, having seen how the spectral gain adapts, Figure 4 demonstrates the resulting effect on the model's weights. Here, the plot tracks the Frobenius norm of the parameters over 10,000 steps. The pink curve represents the standard Muon baseline, which clearly exhibits the most aggressive growth in parameter magnitude. In contrast, the gold and green curves show PRISM with gamma set to 1 and 2, respectively. As the damping coefficient increases, the total norm stays significantly lower, confirming that the method implicitly regularizes the model by constraining updates in noisy directions. So, while the previous charts visualize the mechanism, Table 2 explicitly quantifies that stability advantage. The columns track performance across 3 learning rates, increasing from 0.02 up to 0.1. In the top row, the Muon baseline, where gamma is 0, completely fails at higher rates, showing diverged for both 0.05 and 0.1. In contrast, the second row shows PRISM with gamma set to 2. It remains stable across the board, successfully converging even at the most aggressive setting. Wrapping up, PRISM successfully bridges the gap between efficient spectral methods and robust second-order optimization. The key takeaway is that by intelligently damping noise in high-variance subspaces, the optimizer achieves superior stability without any memory overhead. This could significantly streamline the training of massive models going forward. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.